We are back again with BPF in another video.
I was homesick, man. I was gonna hang out for a while.
Look at this. So you guys saw the video we just made. I think it might have been 2 videos ago of, I called it the world. What do you say? It's the world's most expensive cast intake.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say it's the world's most expensive cast intake. Jason is over here making the charge pipe, and I don't do aluminum. I did the zoomies. I don't do aluminum. I don't do it. You like that clamp? It work well?
I like it. Oh boy.
They're making me do all this work around here.
Oh boy.
So what are you doing here, Jason?
I'm trying to put a puzzle together. I want to be a little scope.
Oh no, did you cut too much?
That's why you always keep extra 45 with you.
God, my material cost for this build just went through the roof.
Still not as much as the intake.
Still not as much as the intake. So as you guys know, we are chipping away at this build. Everyone's been giving me hell. I need to get it done, and that's exactly what we are doing.
Yep.
Getting the charge pipe done. And then all I have to do is run the cooling system and get it wired and run the brakes. Those 3 things are what's left on the list. And we are done. So I asked Jason, I gave him a few little tasks here when putting this together. One, I said I wanted to try to keep this because I want to run the factory hood latch, but obviously that's, I mean, it's questionable if that's going to be attainable or not, because everything goes right exactly where the hood latch would go. I think we could probably trim it.
Yeah, we could probably cut that bottom piece off.
Yeah,
Be all right.
I think we'll be good. Wow.
I don't know how safe it is. It might bow it up.
We'll have to do. I think hood pins might be a good investment. I think hood pins might be a good investment. Well, this thing looks absolutely, with the hood off, this thing is going to look absolutely insane. With the hood shut, I think it might look just a little bit rowdy. But either way, it's going to be a well-running vehicle.
Yeah,
I mean,
cool piece, man.
there's not much else to say here. I do want to take a second to say, I know I've been a little, I would say to you guys, I would have been slack on getting my videos uploaded. They've been late the past 2 or 3 days. We are getting hammered with storm work right now. I have a ton of storm work. We got a ton of guys working everywhere up and down the East Coast. And I'm going to say this, if you guys are interested, it's a very good paying job. It is not a full-time job. When Mother Nature calls and knocks out power, we go up there and we restore power. That's what we do. If you guys are interested in it, it's a pretty good side gig if you have the flexibility to take off work or you own your own business, and it's something that you can leave. You can make some good cash quick. You're on the clock for a lot of hours. It's not extremely labor intensive. It's driving. You got to have a 3/4 ton truck or better, 8 lug and a pintle hitch, and we can get you some action. If you guys are interested, drop a comment below, or you can hit me up on my email, lsnastyllc@gmail.com, and put the subject line storm work. That is what we've been doing. That's what Chris, that's what all of us do. Ben was just working on the storm. Logan's actually up in like Connecticut. It's crazy. There's plenty of work. There's plenty of money to be made, and that is how, if you have a race car at home, you can get an influx of money, cash flow. Everyone loves some money, and you can get your project almost done. I got Steve up there working a storm for me. Steve's one of my, I'd say Steve's one of my all-star employees. He's always, whenever I say, hey Steve, I got a storm, he's always like, dude, I got you, let's roll. And he's been up there putting in work, getting it done. So that's what we got going on. That's why I've been a little bit delayed, and I'm trying to still put out quality content, 1 video a day, every single day. I'm trying my best not to miss a day, but man, we just pulled an all-nighter last night working up at the yard right here, our local yard, and then we got yards all the way up and down the East Coast. Let's get back to the car content. If you guys are interested, send me an email, lsnastyllc@gmail.com. All right, guys, it is the next day. Jason, it actually didn't take you all day just to build this. Jason had to run, so we were picking this video up today and got the charge pipe built. What do you say? I mean, for how simple it looks, it was slightly more complex. Had a couple compound bends in it.
Yeah, we thought we had a 90, and between here and my house, we didn't have a 90, so we had to make it work. But it's so far it's working out.
It looks quite nice. So we got the Vengeance clamp up top, V-band down bottom. Now on a blower setup like this, they say that you need to have at least like one joint of movement.
Dude, I swear by those things now. I would use them on every turbo build I have now.
At least one of them, right?
At least one, yeah.
It's okay to have a V-band as long as you got one of those.
Yeah, I've had, you know, V-bands on both, and I've had really good luck with it, but I mean, you're still getting the same seal here
with just a little bit of movement.
Still, yeah, exactly.
It just gives you some forgiveness there.
Especially with a pro charger hanging out the front. You know, that thing has to have some kind of flex to it.
Oh, look at how far off, and I brought it back like 2 inches. It would have been another 2 inches sticking out. It would have been absolutely ridiculous.
Like 2 inches from having to have a beacon light sticking up the front.
So we got everything on there as far as charge pipe wise, but we need to add the blow off valve. So here is the blow off valve. This is like a little
Bam!
This was a little like 55 or 50 millimeter blow off valve.
Like 32.
Yeah, it looks tiny compared to the charge pipe, but I think it's a 50.
Yeah, probably so.
It's the kind that the guy at race parts sells.
Yeah, those what are they, Jodar or some stuff? It's pretty nice. It should get the job done. I guess the question would be location. Jason wants to go with the unicorn and put it right up top, which or we could go, let's do it behind the throttle body.
You know how much we'd have to cut that hood?
Behind the throttle body. Behind the throttle body is the best place to do it. Right there in the burst panel. I've had a couple people comment asking what's this big billet block there, and it's actually just a carb spacer with a burst panel in it. And I think where we're going to do, Jason already kind of circled where it's going to go, is right down there, out of the way a little bit. And if we decide to add a surge tank and run our fuel lines through there, we'll still have room. All of our cooling stuff, it's out the way, and I think it's in a pretty good spot.
That's the biggest thing with stuff doing like this is it's always going to change.
Yeah.
And so
this isn't like a race car where it's a complete build.
Yeah, and so you're going to have to sit there and try to, you know, think 3 or 4 steps ahead. Okay, well, man, am I thinking about, like you said, the surge tank, or am I thinking about doing this or that to it? So instead of having to go back and fab it 4 or 5 times, if you can get it right, you know, in a good location the first time, it's just benefits you. It saves you a lot of time in the long run.
Trying to stick as much stuff in the way.
And customer-wise, it saves them a lot of money, because when they have to build 4 intakes,
you're gonna have to build another one when I put new heads on it.
I know.
I feel like we're talking the Frankenstein.
I don't know though, man. Cause see, I've got a little bit, so this thing when it picks up,
it might be all right.
I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. We might have to put one of those.
Supposedly, the Frankenstein heads are gonna bump the intake up a little bit, and they're gonna bump the exhaust down a touch. So I don't know how much.
I mean, we've got, like I said, we have a little bit of give there.
But it should be nice. This is like my first blower build. We had the Hemi obviously, but that stuff came with it, and this thing here is our go-to. So we're gonna stick this right here, and we'll have some blow-off valve action. That's all we need for the cold side of this. What is the process as far as installing this? Now obviously you have to weld this aluminum flange on there.
Yeah, none of them ever come, you know, they're usually cut for what, 2 inch, 3 inch, something like that. And so usually you have to just, you know, cut them down and fit them to this. Like this one's still got a little more because we're going to put it in a bend. If you were to put it here, you know what I'm saying, it'd be fine.
It'd be all right, yeah.
But just cut them down, fit them, put it where you're going to, you know, the application where it's at, and then just circle around it. Usually,
do you drill the hole first, or do you tack that on and then drill the hole?
No, I usually drill the hole first, and I always make it just a tad smaller, like 1.5 inches, and then just go back in there and just kind of ream it out a little bit until you get it to where it's the size.
Expert reamer.
If you don't have a pilot bit on your hole saw, you can weld it first.
There you go. But, you know, just it's the same thing like when I do the wastegates and stuff. You know, I fit it up and then go back in there and just clean up afterwards. So.
I'd like to make a note of the list on the windshield and how many lines are crossed out. We're getting there. We're getting there. Charge pipe and blow off valve. Knock that one out.
Oh, we gotta. What's the other one? The O2s we gotta do. So I'll be.
Yeah, only 102.
Yeah.
102.
Oh, and I did bring the bung.
He brought the bung. Hell yeah. You bring an aluminum bung too?
Yep.
Hell yeah. I need that for my other car.
Yep.
Hell yeah. All right, we're making great strides here. So guys, that's what the blow off valve is going to look like. And that's what the charge pipe setup's going to look like. So when you shut the hood, the only thing that you'll see is really, I think, probably from here up, I would say, and it kind of at like a slant. So I think it should look pretty nice.
Pretty cool, man. It won't be. I mean, you'll see about as much you do on the black.
That's kind of what I was going for, and everyone's giving me shit. They're like, you don't worry about the plenum space you know, compared to the looks. You worry about it compared to the performance. Well, guys,
We don't care.
we don't care.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Just want to have fun.
Exactly.
We're
And
ready for Maryland.
we-
Y'all get ready.
we built this thing to do burnouts. So you really think I'm worried about the 40 per horsepower I could be leaving on the table there?
Hey, we can.
Oh yeah, and they're stock heads.
We can fix that. We can actually make those.
Yeah, well, if we need to, we'll just spray it with nitrous. For my 460-inch motor, it's literally going to make more power than the damn blower. Like, the motor's going to be more badass than the blower. So, like,
The blower's like
Yes.
an accessory.
If you like got
some guy was typing in the comments, he's like, that's not actually how you do the carb spacer with the plenum, and,
if you had some cannon valve heads on here, and like you were really trying this really
like,
super hard.
every single horsepower.
Yeah, out of the
And it's
600.
a different story. I mean, we have cars that were built for performance.
Yeah.
They've been
And you know what the
proven.
funny thing is? The one that's built for performance and makes a lot of horsepower is on a 4150 throughout
Yep, exactly.
elbow and intake manifold. So my plenum volume and all this is on 4500 with a dual carb spacer, nitrous plate,
It's gonna
and
do exactly what we need. It's gonna shove air down in there and put fuel in it.
that's all I need.
This is like if you do all your maths and stuff, you've got like a Holly high ram right now.
That's literally it.
I mean, you have like the same,
Like it's turned
same
up
length
like
of
this.
runners, the same amount of plenum volume that they do, and it's like
It's just turned differently. It's literally
It's
this
a
is
vertical high
yeah,
ram.
this is the vertical high ram.
this is the elevator ram.
Oh my god. Ben, what's your thought? I have a damn gasket right there. Do I need to take it and throw it out and put RTV in it?
Oh yeah. But once he's done doing all his fab and stuff, that's when you peel everything off
Yep.
and go back and seal everything up for the fine.
After this, it's finish up the cooling system, wire it, and run brake lines, and then fire it up.
You gotta plumb it.
But,
Well, all my fuel system's done.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, all I need to do is literally run my cooling, and I don't even have to worry about. Hey, I don't have to worry about my cooling system alcohol.
Yeah.
I have different valve
Do
covers.
that.
okay.
I do that after it runs.
Yeah, hell yeah. I didn't even think of that. It might actually spit the rods out of it first.
I doubt it.
I don't know. I'm gonna rev the shit out of it. Look at this thing. This is gonna be me for about an hour once I fire it up first time.
Did you feel the sponge that's in the backside of that wet blow off valve right there?
Oh, it's soft. Is that a soft one?
It's a sponge. It's gotta be.
We're gonna need to put a stiffer spring in that.
How much boost? None.
It's gonna take.
It's gonna like, it's barely gonna turn the tire and it's gonna like.
Oh my god. Well, I'm pretty hyped about it, Jason. I think he knocked it out of the park. That charge pipe looks good. I don't think that people understand the work that goes into it when it's got, I mean, look at all that. This right here is, that's just talent. So, great job.
It just takes time, man. I mean, it's like anything else. It's just, you know, some of it just takes a little more time. We had to, you know, notch a couple things, but
Do you really want to talk about talent?
that's skill. That's just straight skill, man. That's,
We're actually gonna
that's like a work
expose
of
some
art.
secrets today. If you can't get your welds to look like this, to be honest, it may not be your welding. It's all about the fit. If you're trying to weld
Oh.
caps in aluminum that big, your weld's never gonna look good. I don't
I
care. who you
never.
get.
What-
This rare, I'll have a gap. 'Cause
They call me Michael Strahan of welding because I'll fill a gap right in,
well,
Bo.
you
I'm
can,
just
this is
like,
how you can always tell it, John. Come over here this way.
hold on.
Okay, this is where it all began. Okay, we started out. John was pumped about this. Look at this. I mean, solid work, straight solid work.
No,
I
don't
leave him-
don't
leave
do
him- I
don't
leave
do me
him-
like this.
Hold on. This is what happens when you get impatient. I just want people to understand that fabrication takes time. Here, things are great. I leave him. He gets mad at me. Oh, hell with it. I'm doing it anyway. And then we get this down here. But, and that just goes to show, you can see how good John can weld.
I have no patience. Look at that. I even ground that
Now
down.
look at this. Now go back to here and look at this. I think I did that one, but we're gonna say.
No, get the hell out of here. I did that.
But that
You
goes
could
to- he can
legitimately
weld,
sell
it
this to
just-
somebody.
Up here, I could sell it. Down there, they'd be a little angry with
But
it.
it's smart the way he did it. I mean, if you're gonna do it, put it on the ugly side where we can. Always put the ugly wheel.
The bottom of these might all be gross. My thing is, I don't want them to come apart.
Yeah.
So as long as they don't I don't imagine me getting up on the chip and just like small 45s go flying everywhere.
I'll be in the passenger seat catching them through the firewall. No, we'll get as soon as I get this blow off valve on.
So next for you is you're gonna brace. You're gonna put an O2 on this side and you're gonna brace that side,
Yeah.
and as far as fabrication side of this stuff, we're really done. We're done.
And to be honest, I may make that, like, brace it in with the same tubing as I'm doing this.
Yep.
Just for the simple fact that if we do decide to go O2 on both sides, then we can just make it happen.
Yeah. I have, so this side, all 4 primaries can come off together, so we're gonna like weld these in, and that side I have them separated into 2 and 2 because they go around the steering shaft. But in theory, you could remove the steering shaft if you wanted to take them out all together.
I was thinking we could do like non-electric EGTs on this truck if you wanted to. I'll get them to tack like little bait, like I'll just get the what you get in like a menorah, and I'll get them to tack them on each one, and right before you make a pass, I'll stick a birthday candle in each one. And then when you get down into the track, we'll be like, well, a little hot.
We'll see which one melted more. Well, guys, there you have it. You guys wanted progress on this. We're gonna have this thing wrapped up here soon. Once we get it wired, we'll put it down and we're gonna drive it around. That's the plan. The plan is just to drive it around a little bit and enjoy it, and that's fun. We'll leave these stock tires on and just do burnouts everywhere. That's what I'm doing. Those tires on the rear are here to stay.
For a little while.
For a little while.
Wow. The big pops.